Well, happy Sunday, everybody. We've had a little bit of a glitch. The program that I used to be able to stream this to you uh, needed to be updated, and so I did that early enough, I thought. And then I tried to go live, and it says, oh, yeah, by the way, there's some other stuff you have to do. So, oh, have you got a big hot cup of coffee with you? I hope so. And mine this morning is flavored with sugar-free almond syrup from Da Vinci, and it is absolutely marvelous. I love it. So if you've got your coffee ready, go and grab it. You're not going to miss much. Turn your volume up so you can hear what we're doing, and let's get cracking. Okay. Yeah, well, we are going to do something Mexican. And if you looked at the title, Feliz Navidad, everybody, we're going to do Mexican Huevos Rancheros. So this is not going to be done the traditional way. This is going to be done the TSL way. TSL. You guys know what TSL stands for? It stands for This Shining Life, because that is what we are doing our very best to be living. Okay. First things first, let's give you a view of what we're doing today. Okay, here is where we are, and I seem to have a little bit of a glitch here. There we go. There, now you can see everything, including me, and that's either a good thing or a bad thing, depending on your point of view. If it's a bad thing, well, I guess you'll be watching another show pretty quickly. If it's a good thing, I'm glad you're here to be with me this morning. Now, have you ever heard of halloumi cheese? Now this is my favorite halloumi cheese. Halloumi is, good morning, Mom. Halloumi is a cheese that you can fry without it melting all over the pan. And I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but I promise you it's true. And we're going to do that this morning. Huevos Rancheros traditionally is served on a tortilla. And I know we have made tortillas in the past. But this morning, we're going to do something that is 100% carb-free for a tortilla, and it is delicious. And this one is herb and garlic. You can get plain, you can get different ones. So we're going to open this up. Now, one of the most important things, it's just a little bit of air in here. If you let a little air in the package first, it lets all of the liquid go down to the bottom. There's not enough, but there's definitely enough there to make a mess. So I'm not really interested in making more of a mess than we're going to make having fun here today. So have you had breakfast? And you know, this time of year, people are out shopping and they're doing what they're doing, and they're getting home late or they're getting started early, and they want something that's going to be fast and easy. And this definitely fits the bill. Okay, so there we go. It's not going to make much of a mess on the cutting board right now. And I am just going to set this back here where it's not going to spill. Now, this particular brand is nice because it has a nice flat side that we can cut on. Now, a lot of halloumi you will see is like this. Oh, like this. I need to watch where I'm putting the... Now, this is split, and that's not a big deal for us because we are going to slice this. There we go. And we're going to do one more slice. And then this can be put away for later. And we'll just add this in there. Now the trick with this is you need your frying pan hot and you need it to be oiled. It doesn't need to be a huge amount of oil. And since we're doing eggs this morning, let's use bacon fat in here because you can just never go wrong with bacon fat, in my opinion. Now, one of the things that I like about this, I pre-cooked my bacon, so I've still got liquid bacon fat in there. Just put that on here. Now, you want to preheat your pan so that when this goes in, yep, that is wonderful. It's salty and herbaceous and garlicky and just wonderful, wonderful. So when this goes in the pan, We want it to brown beautifully on both sides. And I'm telling you, it is not going to melt all over the place. And we're going to turn it down. We don't want it to burn. Hear that sizzle? Can you hear that? I'm going to put this side down first. Okay, now we're going to let those cook for a minute. And while that's happening, now the bacon, I don't know how well you like your bacon cooked or not. So I like my bacon soft. And you can cook it however you like it. When we put the Huevos Rancheros together, we're going to put it together with some bacon and some salsa and some cheese, and it's going to be wonderful, wonderful. So, now, the other thing I want to show you, and I know I've showed you guys this before, my Avocado Keeper for the shelf, or for the counter. Now, this is my horribly expensive, highfalutin Avocado Keeper. Now, when you go through a drive-through next time, I've got some garlic in there that's sprouting too that I'm going to plant. Keep your drink tray. This is wonderful to keep avocados in on the counter. You can put 5 in here. I've only got 3 right now. I don't need to be ripening 5. This is a wonderful way for them to sit without leaning against each other. Avocados are such a beautiful thing, but they're also very, very delicate. And just leaning against each other can be enough weight that it can bruise them. Okay, where is my flipper? Okay, now I'm waiting until we get to the part of this live where I have forgotten something. So good morning, AK. How are you today? Now this is telling me, oh, look at how beautifully, can you guys see this? Let's turn this a little bit so you can see that. Now, I just flipped this one, and look at how beautifully brown that is. And the fact that it stuck to the pan a bit, that is telling you that the pan was not quite smoking hot enough. But look at how this is doing. Now, we're going to let that brown on the other side, and then we're going to plate that, and we're going to get to our eggs. Now, we're just going to set these aside. The eggs are going to be done sunny side up. And sunny side up just because it's prettier. If you don't like it sunny side up and you want it over easy or scrambled or however you want to do it, it is going to taste just as delicious. But I definitely want mine sunny side up. Now look at already. That's browned and beautiful and not sticking like it did the first time. So let's get our plate out. And we're going to just put those on there. Now there is our carb-free, let's go this way, our carb-free tortilla substitute. So carb-free is good. Now let's do a little bit more bacon fat. Now I had a discussion with somebody yesterday that I thought was very interesting. Now for those of you who know me, I talk quite often about sugar addiction. Okay, let's get these in here. Now I've got this turned down to 3, and I think I'm going to turn it down even farther. Get this in there without breaking the yolk, because I do like my yolk soft. Okay, that egg is stubborn. Okay. Now I had somebody explain to me yesterday that they had clinical knowledge and they knew that sugar is not classed as a drug. Well, it depends on what kind of drugs you're talking about. There has been a lot of scientific evidence that has shown that sugar releases opioids and dopamine in your brain. Sugar acts exactly like a drug. And if you are talking about addiction, that is important. Now we're going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on here. How much pepper do you like on your eggs? So the danger of saying to people, this is a mental health issue, it turns it into something that is all about willpower. And if you can't do it on your own, then you don't have enough willpower, therefore you are weak-minded, and that is absolutely not the case. when you eat any kind of carbohydrates, they have a direct connection. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Look at how crispy the whites of these eggs are getting. That is my favorite part of the egg. When you eat carbohydrates, they have a direct connection with your brain. It releases opioids. It releases dopamine. These are natural things. Okay. I would love to know what's different about the sunny side up eggs that you like, AK. And I'll bet some other people would like to know too. Now, one of the things that I will tell you about a lot of sunny side up eggs is that the whites right around the yolk will stay a little bit runny. And I don't have a problem with that, but some people do. So, we're just going to let those cook for a minute. And while we're doing that, we are going to get our avocado ready. Now, we're just going to turn this avocado on the knife. There we go. Now, see how easy this is? Just give it a twist and off it comes. Now, I'm going to, you guys know, put it in a cloth in your hand. When you're taking the pit out of the avocado, it is easy to miss, and if your knife is as sharp as it should be, you don't want to miss. And give it a twist, and out it comes, easy peasy. Then just with your thumb and finger, give it a push, and off it comes. You can pry on it and pull on it. It's not going to work quite that easy. Now, I'm going to put that back in there for now. Now, these eggs are done, so we are going to put them, and now this is not a non-stick pan. This is, and get it heated up a little bit. Zero runny white. Yeah, okay. See-through, but they're not runny. Okay, now let's turn that off, and we are going to, we're going to make a mess is what we're going to do. We're going to move the coffee. Coffee and bacon and eggs. What more can you ask for on a Sunday morning? I'm thinking that's just about as perfect can get. And we're just going to let the bacon keep going. I've turned the pan off, but the pan is still hot. Okay, that is enough. Now, these are not very carefully sliced, but they are sliced good enough for me. Now, I would take a lot more time if I was doing this for you if you were at my house, because I like things to look pretty when I'm cooking for other people. Okay. Oh, let's get it out of there. Now, let's put a couple of slices. And I know that you can cook eggs in avocado. You will never find me doing that on a live. I have had eggs cooked in avocado. I am not a fan. So, that is the way that is. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. So cut an avocado in half, crack an egg in the middle, throw it in the oven on 350 for about 15 minutes. Maybe not quite that long. Okay, where do you want your bacon? Do you want it around your eggs, on your eggs? I am not going to be too particular about this right now. That is done perfect. Now you can see the eggs are soft. Definitely that hot bacon, if there was any runny whites left, that hot bacon is going to fix that up for you in a jiffy. Oh, hello, Aaliyah. Oh, I am very glad to see you here. I was just talking about you to somebody the other day and telling them how special you are. Okay, now, the only things missing on Huevos Rancheros, first of all, is 30 milliliters of oh, my brain just went blank. Salsa. Now, you don't want to be using a lot of salsa when you're doing this, because salsa, being made with tomatoes, does have some carbs in it. So up until we put the salsa on there, we were almost carb free. Now we put the salsa on, we have a couple of carbs in there, but there's literally about 1.5 grams of carbs in there, and then 30 grams or less, depending on how much you want. Is that enough cheese for you? Because it is not enough cheese for me. So we're going to put the full 30 grams of cheese on here. And that, my friends, is just as easy as Huevos Rancheros is. It only takes a few minutes. Pre-cook your bacon. Take part of your week, one day, part of one day. Grate some cheese, cook some bacon, cook some hard-boiled eggs. You can get things prepped so that they are in the fridge ready to go. And when you come home from Christmas shopping, grocery shopping, work, whatever it is, you've got something that is fast, easy, flavorful, nutritious, and something that's going to make your whole family happy, assuming that they like all the ingredients that we just used. Okay, now, you know that I am absolutely not going to leave you without doing a taste test. Pardon me. This is lovely. I am always excited when I have something that reminds me of Mexico, and with the halloumi cheese on the bottom. Let's see if I can get a full bite out here and show you. Now you'll notice there is a bit of a different texture with halloumi cheese. It's a little bit more rubbery than what we're used to, but it is delicious. And I'm going to grab a knife and cut this. So you want a knife and fork for Huevos Rancheros, but you know what? You would need that knife if you were using an ordinary tortilla as well. And one of these days I am going to try making halloumi cheese, but it is not going to be today. I think it's a little bit of a labor-intensive process. So, oh, we almost have a bite going here. We're going to use more calories getting a bite ready than we're going to get from eating it. Check it out. Oh. That is delicious. And that is 100% keto, 100% flavorful, 100% easy, fast, and I believe you and your family will love it. So, next time you're in the grocery store, pick up some halloumi cheese. Try grilling it. You can do it on the barbecue. You can do it in the frying pan. I promise you it is not going to melt down through the grill if you put it on the barbecue. But make sure, however you're cooking it, whether it's on the barbecue or in a pan, that you put some kind of oil on it first. So spray your barbecue grates. Put some oil in the pan, whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that it isn't going to stick. It is delicious. Put your bacon, your eggs, your cheese, your salsa, your avocado, everything on it, and enjoy the meal. You're going to be satisfied without getting those sugar cravings. If you battle with sugar cravings, if you're just getting started on keto or you're not sure if you want to do it, do not let anyone tell you that it's all about willpower. I promise you it's not, because I don't have any. So, well, not very much. I have stubbornness, but not a lot of willpower, especially not where it comes to sugar, because it is not about willpower. It is about addiction and the effect that it has in your body, and the effect that the flora and fauna in your gut has with your brain, and it is a complicated process, and it is an addiction. And carbohydrates are now being looked at as a drug. Not a drug that's going to be regulated, obviously, because it's food. It's not the same as cocaine, but it does trigger the same pleasure centers in your brain as cocaine. And they've shown that in more than one study. So don't beat yourself up. You can do it when you're ready, if you're ready. And until then, just enjoy life and be kind to yourself and be kind to the people around you. And do what my friend Aaliyah does and help your community out. Phone someone that you love. Do something kind for someone. you can never do too much of that. And especially at this season, there are people that are struggling that really need you to reach out. So thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. Do your best to live your best version of this shining life. And I will see you Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. I have no idea what we're going to do, but we will try and make it fun. So have an amazing Sunday, and I will talk to you very soon.